first mushroom trip, and for the first time I know what trip actually means, because I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. The main phrase that I can clearly remember now, it's okay. I was just like, oh, really? It's okay. The whole time. Okay, the highlights. Let's focus on the highlights, because I think this was for me. So I got a very heightened sense of smelling, tasting, hearing. Everything was just, I don't know, 100 times heightened, more heightened. And I can feel like these animalistic behavior or animalistic traits. It's still there, even after I came out of this experience. It's exactly as if the mushrooms contained the information of nature and of animals and of everything. All the knowledge was just connected all together, almost like this limitless pill. So yeah, like I can still remember some of the heightened senses I had as an part of nature. I don't know if it's a lizard or if I was like kind of like a hybrid, but I remember like I was breathing like this, like I was breathing just the right amount. I was seeing just the right amount. And anyways, that was very interesting. All the animal behavior in general was quite interesting. Tasting, the smelling, and this was the good part, definitely. So I was in nature. I saw that when you can, whatever you focus on, whatever you tell yourself. If I say, I want this clear, I want this HD, it becomes that. I want this positive, life is amazing, it becomes that. I see bright, light, peaceful, happiness. If I say, oh, they are laughing at me, I immediately, I feel that, oh, it affects me. I'm still breathing the same way like as in the trip. What else? The first phase was like so much fun. I just felt like I should be more. I should laugh more. I should just laugh more and just don't take things seriously, because it's okay. That's like the main word I got from this. It's okay. Okay, after this I looked at nature, and I could see, I think it was heaven, but at the same time it was like my definition of the information that I know about heaven. But I clearly saw that, okay, it's a location, it's a place, and I can have my experience based on the data that I feed myself. Now, obviously, okay, I'll keep. I don't know if I've ever talked about the bad side of it, because it was quite intense. Actually, I have to talk about it because it's part of the process. So yeah, I was constantly like looking. Of course, there was people around. I was just checking out to see like, oh, they laugh at me. It's okay, and I kept telling myself that it's okay. Um, so yeah, heightened senses. Now, it's important to note that every time I would think about what other people are thinking about me, it gets darker. And whenever I say, oh, it's all good, it's all okay, it gets bright and it gets nice and beautiful and just amazing. That was the good part, and yeah, I didn't ask to get rid of the so I asked for quite a big list, and that's why I think my experience was quite intense, like to the point that I thought that I have died. I thought I've died, and I thought, oh my God, what did I put? What did I? What have I caused? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I was saying this, I'm sorry. And whenever I say sorry and I feel small, I was feeling exactly what I was saying. So I would say, like, if I would say, like, oh, I'm sorry, I feel small. If I say, like, hey, it's nice and amazing and beautiful, I feel exactly the same. So it was important to note that, like, it's okay, no, whatever happens. So anyways, I was thinking like, oh, I embarrassed myself. Oh, what have I done? Look, what have I done? And then I was thinking, oh, what are the consequences of this? Maybe social media, maybe people are have filmed me. Maybe it's gonna be all over social media. Maybe I'm gonna be like all over the news. They're gonna say like, oh, I don't know, bad trip, or a trip gone wrong in Bali, and all these weird headlines that I started imagining. And that was at the time when I realized that I have to kind of, because like this was if I stay in the open all the time, I felt that maybe people would know, and then I just have to get through it. And if I go to my room and stay by myself, I can limit the consequences. So it's important to note that this is, if it's done in the right environment without thinking about the consequences, or without anyone interfering, it's important. It's important because just because I had to come back here to my room, I had to go through the dark side, which was not good. It was quite difficult. It was constant loop. It was a constant loop. So I experienced the suffering, and I experienced the good. I didn't experience just one side. I also experienced what it's like to be trapped, and I experienced what it's like to hallucinate, to see things, and to just, it's like the complete all sides, all dimensions. I would close my eyes and I would see numbers, and I would see digits, and it's like I got access to some knowledge. It's felt like I could do anything and I could see anything and everything. Suffering is optional. I am convinced I saw heaven and hell. Heaven is literally when you say, like, I was in nature, I would say I want it beautiful, it becomes beautiful. I want it like bright, it becomes bright and nice and beautiful. If I say like oh, but what are they gonna say about me, I start to hear them. So that was the good part. The dark part, it was when I was interrupted by some of the workers and the staff, and then negative thoughts started creeping onto me. And what happens is, like, the thoughts are multiplied or intensified, like, very much. So as soon as I started getting negative thoughts, like, oh, the staff can see me and stuff, so I had to go back to my room, which was like few steps, like walking distance, about 2 minutes away from the place I was in. And then I arrived to my room, and after I entered, it was like I accepted to dim my light and to, hide, because I didn't want anyone to see me, and I didn't know also how I was acting, because I kind of lost sense of which reality is the real one. So I came back, and as soon as I got in my room, all the negative thoughts started getting multiplied by 1000. Oh, am I still alive? I started thinking that I died. I started thinking that, oh my god, maybe my family now, they are receiving my news about me in Bali, something happened. I started thinking like, oh, I'm alone, I'm left alone. Oh, maybe is this what hell is like? And I started going through exactly what people who go through hallucination, like, I thought, oh, so that's what people who suffer feel like. So I didn't only see the good side, I saw the bad side, I saw the dark side, I saw the suffering side. And it was not easy, but I kind of like, I was going through it in a good way. I kept my ground. I didn't want to leave because I didn't know what would happen if I leave. So I was like, okay, if this is only gonna last for some time, it's better if I stay in my room, even though I would suffer here. It's better so that no one can see me. Even though that if I left and stayed in the open, stayed in the nature, it would have been much easier, like they say, like, enjoy the trip. From what I realized is heaven and hell are not physical locations, and I think this is about the world, like the world we are living in now. I don't know about the afterlife, but from what I realized is heaven and hell are states of mind. They are not places, they are not locations. And just because of the fact that I started getting these thoughts, I started living in hell when I was already living in heaven, and enjoying and looking at the trees and looking at the sky, and even like saying things, like positive things, like and I see it happening instantly. So I realized the importance of meditation and stopping your thoughts, because when you stop your thoughts, then you can introduce whatever thoughts you want to manifest. And in this world it's delayed, but in the world of the mushrooms or psychedelics, it's instant. You think about something, it manifests instantly. You see it happening, you see the environment changes, you see everything as it it truly is. So yeah, it was an insane experience. I'm glad I did it. I saw things. I'm definitely not the same person after this experience. And I think also the intensity, why it was so intense, is because I asked for so many things, including like to heal my childhood traumas, to like I asked for so many things. Like I set it as intentions, and that's why it was not so easy. I feel like I've got some things out of this. Like I'm less caring what people think. I'm more confident, I think. I'm more free. I feel more free. I think it changed something in the it opened some neural pathways in the brain or something. So I thought I would never do it again, but this time I know what not to do and what to do. And I think maybe a good idea would be to have like suggestions around of positive words, just so that when I lose track of things, I look at them and okay, I can see positivity, happiness, health, wealth, whatever positive things you want to keep around you to bring you to the moment of positivity. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to share this with you, maybe if you ever choose to do it. I know it's not legal in most of the places, but some places it is, and I think there's a reason why they don't want us to know certain things. See you in the next one.